Friends, 1079 days of war. Starting from the southern war zone, as I have been doing earlier in Kharso, no significant changes. Kakhovka was shelled by the Ukrainians while Antinovka was shelled by the Russians. In Zaporizhia direction, Russians' offensive operations were reported in Guliai. However, no changes. Russians have made some gains north of Yantarnoe, and as far as Velika Novosilka is concerned, no changes. In east, in Kurakhov sector, Russians have advanced in East Andrivka and also from northern side. Russians have taken over 70% of Daknoe. Fight is on in within Andrivka also. In Pokrovsk sectors, Russians have captured Baranovka. Fight is on in eastern part towards Milnograd, where Russians' offensive operation is on in the areas of Yalizavetivka and north of Novotoretsk. In Novopavlivka direction, Russians made gains towards southern Shribne and west of Novoandrivka. Now coming to Toretsk, offensive operation on in northern and western outskirts of the city. No changes in Toretskaya mines. In Chasov, heavy fight is on in western city for high-rise buildings where Russians have advanced in south and southwest, and fight has started for Novopivnikny and made some marginal advances here. Russians' offensive operation has started towards Bakhmut-Konstantinovka highway. Earlier Russians have fully captured the central city and refractory plant. Siversk, no significant changes. Here Russians have hit and destroyed bridge near Siversk, connecting it from the rest of the Ukrainian land. Coming to northeast Ukraine, in Kupyansk sector, Russians have advanced in Zapadnoe and further south along Oskol River, almost on 6 km wide up to 1.7 km deep regions. Ukrainian counter-offensive here have not succeeded. Russians have also advanced south of Topoli up to 2.2 km wide and 420 meters deep. Russians have captured Novomlinsk, and in Liman direction fight is on, no changes. North of Ukraine, that is towards Slobozansky direction or north of Kharkov direction, no changes in Volchansk or in Liptsy direction. Kursk, no significant changes as far as loss or gains of lands were concerned. However, fight is on in most of the areas like Bogdanovka, Viktorovka, Darino, Lokanya, Kurilovka, Malya Lokanya, Martinovka, Makhnovka, Novaya Sorokina, Sward, Likovo, and Sudza itself. Coming to interdiction missions, Russian army claims that its air defense has shot down 10 HIMARS MLRS and 57 fixed-wing UAVs in its various regions. However, Ukrainians' UAVs reached Sea of Azov but destroyed. They were able to hit successfully oil depot in Novominsk. Russian army hit targets in central Ukraine and other areas like Sumy, Kharkiv, Dnipro, Kiev, and other regions. In the meantime, exchange of POWs took place, which were 150 from each sides, with the help of UAE and Belarus. Now coming to Lebanon, Palestine, Middle East. In Gaza Strip, Palestinians are trying to restore their destroyed buildings and infrastructure. IDF operations on in occupied West Bank in Jenin and Tulkarm in name of Iron Wall. In Lebanon border, situation is tensed. Sudan, the government, Sudanese armed forces took full control of Al Takina and They also advanced in many localities like Al Zarak, Al Shahira, Kawa, and Al Naka in Zazira front. Towards Khartoum, the SAF approached Soba Bridge and from north took over Green Valley and also advancing in the eastern part of Khartoum. In Syria, as per the information, Pentagon is planning to withdraw army troops. Let us see how it works out. Argentinian president has said that he too would follow the footsteps of United States of America and quit World Health Organization. And the reason is that he wants to preserve the sovereignty of his country. Lastly, 104 illegal migrants in the USA were brought by US military plane while they were handcuffed and legs chained throughout the journey. Their arrival too through the fake migration agents have very bad stories to tell us. Question is, why should they leave India when India is growing so fantastically? Or is there any twist in this story which is not coming to all of us? And that's all for the day. Thank you, friends.